Let's also talk about just breaking news. Reportedly, Luke Brooks set to sign a 3-year deal with Manly. Now, initially, people are going to be like, what the hell? And, the Luke Brooks kind of stigma or whatever. We've already kind of spoken about this off air. I actually love it.
I love it too, but I actually thought Timmy put it best when you spoke about it, to be honest with you.
Can't remember what I said, but we'll have a crack. So, yeah, I think it's a great partnership. I think him and Ches, he'll come in there. The pressure's off him because Ches is the man. He runs the show, does everything, slots in on the left edge. You've got, let's hopefully come start of next year, Tommy Turbo back fit and firing. It's a pretty easy job. You get Tommy Turbo as much clear and early ball as you can and put him in good positions. He can focus on his running game. He doesn't have to do all the kicking. I think it can work.
Yeah, I like DCE with a guy like Luke Brooks. Like DCE is so dominant that he will literally just be saying to Brooksy, we're going to get in good field, either run the ball or just run the play I tell you to run. Simplify everything for Brooksy because that's when Brooksy plays his best, when he's just running the footy and he's just not thinking about too much, not worried about too much. I love it. Reportedly around the 650K mark. Look, it's a new salary cap, so we have to put that into consideration. But if I was working on the old salary cap, I would have loved to land around the 500K mark. But 650K, I can live with it. Yeah, I can live with it.
Might be a little bit higher than what you'd ideally like, but I wouldn't call it overs.
No, I think so. When you think about it, if they go on to be premiership threat or whatever, 650 for a 6 is good. And maybe he is the little piece of the puzzle that could make them be a premiership threat. Obviously, Tommy Troy has to be fit. What do you got there, Matty?
I'm just reading this article. It says Brooks' new deal at Manly could be worth around $2 million over the 3 seasons. So I reckon the number's highly speculative at the moment.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And also, it's always inflated too.
Yeah.
They never put the unders on it.
If it is 650 and you're paying that for Luke Brooks, who's Manly going to go out that could be better than Brooksy at 650 realistically?
Yeah, absolutely. And he did win Daly half in 2018.
Make all your memes and all your bullshit you want. Luke Brooks can play.
He can play footy.
Yeah.
He can play footy. So I love it. Now, what's happening with Schuster, bruh?
Big question, isn't it? Does he slot in on that left edge? Does he play 13? Is he at Manly long term? I also think this domino effects off them allowing Fainu to talk.
I was going to say,
last week, which I cannot believe.
Is this a clean out from Siebes?
Yeah, if you're going to release Fainu, I don't agree with it, but I can understand if you're going all in on Schuster. But to then sign Luke Brooks, I just don't know where it all fits.
See, that's strange. What's strange to me, unless something's happened off field that we don't know about, but I agree with you. If you get Brooks in, you keep Fainu to learn under Ches and Brooks and come in when Ches is in Origin and all that, and then when Ches leaves, blah blah blah. It's a bit bizarre for sure. The big one though for me is Schuster, because outside looking in, it looked like they fought tooth and nail to get him in that 6 jersey. They got rid of Forum for it.
Yep.
So can you see him going, all right, I'm going to go back to an edge back rower?
Well, he fought tooth and nail to get into that 5'8" jersey too. He came out and made statements and whatnot. So I can't see him going back to the edge. I can maybe see him going to 13 potentially, but defensively, I don't know if I try. And I was parading this for a long time to put him at 13. And people had their concerns, and I completely see why too. Defensively, I don't know if you could trust him at 13.
I don't think he's made for 13. I don't think he's made for 13.
I think from an attacking point of view, he's tailor-made for 13. Everything around that, defence and everything, he couldn't do it.
If you could somehow, even if you could defend him on an edge and then attack him at 13, that would be unbelievable. Him connecting between Brooks and that would be incredible. That could work.
But I'm questioning his defence. If you were to have him and Brooks on an edge, how can you put those two defending?
You could. If you did want to go down that route, you could attack Ola on the edge and then defend him in the middle. If they wanted to do that switch.
Yep. But I don't think Schuster wants to play on the edge.
He dug in so hard last year. It sounded like himself and management and all that he clearly wanted to be a 5'8". I don't see why anything would have changed in his mind that he doesn't want to be a 5'8" long term. So if Brooksy's coming, It's hard to see him being there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if Brooks is coming, there's just no way. Like, what, Brooks is going to play Rezzies?
I thought it was interesting here too, and I don't know if it's speculation or whatever. Matty, if there's any quotes you could find them, Benji Marshall sort of saying that no, we don't want Schuster there when it was only it's 2 years ago. I think Benji said it was the greatest debut he'd seen, or he's
From like a 6 or something like that.
Yeah, wild to then lose Brooksy, Adam Dewey under huge injury clouds and still not go. You know, we'll have Schuster.
Yeah.
Isn't it fascinating what Schuster's price tag would be if he left the club? Because we see the heights, we know what his potential is, but week in, week out, we don't see it. There's clearly issues with his game. Defensively, there's some lapses every single week. Like, what do you pay for Josh Schuster? I think you'd have to know the bloke and go, how much tick has this bloke got? Is he going to hit his height, or are we going to see this for the rest of his career?
I reckon there'd be enough coaches out there that'd sit there and go, I'm the guy to do it.
Yeah, I'm the guy to do it. I think there's a lot of coaches, because that's what they do. That's their passion, is to turn a guy around.
I'm the one that can do it, yeah.
Me personally, if I was a coach, I just want to see more out of him in defence. I want to see more. I just want to see more out of him. Like, his ball playing is like arguably the silkiest in the comp when it comes to his ability to square defences up. I honestly have never seen anything like it. It is
so freakishly talented.
Beautiful. It is like, I've never seen a guy be able to square it up so much so that even when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, he's hitting short here. And then every time it goes out the back. Like, his attack like in that space is great, but I just want to see more physicality in his game.
Yeah.
I want to see him fucking digging into the line, bumping blokes, jamming blokes in defence. He's huge.
Said a few times, take a leaf out of Dave Fafita's book, what he's done this year.
Yep.
Rolling up the sleeves. And look, I'm glad it wasn't me in the position trying to tackle Nelson or Solomona on the weekend with a full head of steam. But when he went through him on the weekend, and it was like a shirt grab might have been generous, calling it a shirt grab, because I don't know if he got to his shirt.
You just got to
throw yourself
at it. If you get bumped, if you get bumped, you get bumped.
Yeah.
You just that's like, I don't think anyone would have begrudged Schuster getting bumped by Nas.
If you steamrolled him, you'd be like, had a crack. It's Nas with a full head of steam.
Yeah, it's all
some
good.
Good ball playing.
Yeah. So yeah, Schuster's in a really, really important stage of his career because you don't want to become the guy that is bouncing around clubs and each coach thinks he can guess. You want to be known as a guy that, yeah, okay, you're young and we're all young. We don't come into first grade perfect, but yeah, he's just got to find a way to go, okay, I've got all this talent, but all of the hard work areas, which he's proven he can do, like he lost all the weight, he worked hard in the off season, but I think he just needs someone to get that confidence in him. Is like, mate, you are big, strong, mobile. Like, use it.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. I mean, if Latu goes to the Tigers or goes somewhere and he's as successful as I think he will be, people are going to come after Schuster because he's going to be the guy they kept to let go of Latu, who I think could
and
be
Foreign as well,
and Foz as well. So he's a footballer, Latu. I don't know what the story is here and what's going on and whatnot, but if just football, he can play. He's a very talented guy.
You mentioned it, but at 18 years old, 2 years playing under Ches and Brooksy there. Like, Ches is 34. Could play longer, but let's say a couple more years.
Yeah.
So he's going to get heaps of opportunities to play. Ches in Origin, injuries, all sorts of things. Just looked perfect. Little.
It looked like perfect. Yeah, succession.
But I don't think that Latu and Schuster would have worked together. I think they're both 5'8" personally. So maybe Manly have seen that coming and they've backed in who they think.
But then they bought Brooks though, so it's like they haven't even backed in who they.
Yeah, which makes me wonder. I think there must be more to this, but
yeah. So look, the positive for Schuster is that he's one of the very, very few players that his future is in his own hands because he is so talented. He has the power to be one of the best players in the comp. It's just whether he wants to be.
Isn't it what? Like, we were sitting here in the preseason going, he could play Origin. Everything goes right, he could play Origin.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? If he worked his way into Origin in the next 2 years, I wouldn't be sitting here going, oh, wow, that's shocking. I'd be like, oh, he's fulfilling his potential.
He's got the ability to do it.
Yeah, this is like, if he had kept on that trajectory as an edge-back rower, I probably would have had him on my bench for New South Wales. You know, I want to start Murray and Martin. That's the trajectory he was on at back row. So yeah, hopefully he finds his feet.